Hello, I'm back with Longman Academic Writing Series, Book 1, Episode 4. So if you haven't watched the previous 3 episodes, make sure you go back, start with them, and then come and join us here on Episode 4. Today, we will be talking about everyday routines is the topic, but what we really will be talking about is correct page formats and how you should write the format. How should the format be on paper and on your computer? And at the end, we will mark the paper together, like a teacher. So let's start. What is a routine in general? A routine is anything that becomes normal to you or usual to you because you do it often, like you do it every day. So, for example, if you do the same thing every morning, that will become your morning routine. I usually start work in the morning. First I check my messages, answer my students' questions. Then I study a little bit of Turkish. Then I do a little bit of yoga, and then I have lunch. So this is my morning routine. Now, let's look at some models. So looking at models, you do remember that in chapter 1, we talked about looking at models. What we talked about was trying to find good samples and good models of writings, look at them, get some ideas from them, not copying them, but getting ideas of how to write and what to write sometimes, and try to reproduce something that is similar to a good sample, but in your own words. So here we've got 2 models. 2 students have described their morning routines. And remember, at the end of the day, we will want to write about our daily routine. Let's look at model 1. I will read it for you. I would like you to read it with me. Then I want you to pause the video for a few minutes, as long as you need, answer the questions, and then come back and check with me. My morning routine. It is easy for me to get ready for the day. I wake up at 8:30 a.m. and I get up right away. I brush my teeth and wash my face. I get dressed and comb my hair. I check my phone for messages. Then I put it in my pocket. I put my books and my notebook in my backpack. I leave my room at 8:50 in the morning or 8:50 a.m. I walk to the University Language Center. My first class is from 9 o'clock to 10:20 a.m. After class, I am very hungry. I go to the dining hall and eat breakfast with my friends. That is my morning routine. Okay, now pause the video, answer the questions, and then come back and check with me. Ding. Ding, ding. Let's answer the question. What is the topic of the paragraph? You can see the topic here. It is my morning routine. Again, in chapter 1, we talked about topic of a paragraph, and we said one paragraph should always have one topic. So the topic of this paragraph is my morning routine. Which words describe the writer's morning routine? Circle it. Like, is it busy? Is it easy? Let's see. It's easy. I wake up, but I get up right away. Put my messages. Then she or he technically explains what she does. So it's easy for her, and she's quite busy. Yeah. How much time does the writer need before class each morning? So she wakes up at 8:30 and check my phone messages in my pocket, books, notebooks. I leave my room at 8:50. I walk to the university. My first class is at 9. So Her first class is at 9. She gets up at 8:30. How much time does the writer need before class in the morning? Half an hour. Where do you think the writer lives? Well, she walks to the university, doesn't she? I walk to the university. I walk to the University Language Center. So she must be close. Close to the university. What does the writer use to show time? Fill in the blanks. So I wake up. Let's see. I wake up at. I leave my room by. And my first class is from. And then to. And then after class, I'm very hungry. So, again, I wake up at. So we know when we're talking about time, we use at. I leave my room by. Now, what's the difference? Here we've got at 8:30. For B, we've got by 8:50. At 8:30 means exactly at that time. By 8:50 means before that time. So it could be 8:40, 8:45, 8:49, any time before 8:50. My first class is, then we have from. This is your starting point. And to is your ending. And after class, after class, I'm very hungry. Good. So we learned some stuff here. Let's look at the next sample. Getting ready for the day. I do many things to get ready for the day. My alarm goes off. My alarm goes off at 6:30 a.m. and I get up. First, I make coffee, then I take a shower, I get dressed, fix my hair and put on my makeup. At 7:15 a.m. or 7:15, I wake up my husband and my children. I help my children get dressed. Then we have breakfast. At 8 a.m., I walk my daughter to the school bus stop. After that, I drive my son to daycare. Daycare is like nursery. Finally, I go to school for my 9 a.m. class. That is my busy morning routine. Okay, pause, answer the questions, come back. Ding. Ding, ding. We're back. So what is the topic of this paragraph? This time the topic is getting ready for the day. What words describe the morning routine of this writer? Busy. And how much time does the writer need before class? How much time does she need before class? Her class starts at 9 and she wakes up at 6. The alarm goes off at 6:30. So that gives her 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. What simple present verb does the writer use in these sentences? Fill in the blanks. So, my alarm goes off at 6:30 a.m. and I get up. They've got it here. Then my children get dressed. Here we've got it. I help my children get dressed. At 8 a.m. what does she do? At 8 a.m. I walk my daughter to school by bus. It means we walk to school together. After that, I drive. So she puts her son in the car and drive him to daycare. And finally, I go to school for my 9 a.m. class. Why are the verbs in the simple present tense? Because we are talking about a routine. So whenever we're talking about routines or something that happens repeatedly, we use the present simple or simple present. We will talk about that later more. Okay. Now, of course, one of the main ingredients of writing, we would say, is vocabulary. And we will be looking at different forms of vocabulary through the book as well. Today, we want to talk about word partners. You know the word partner, right? So word partners are words, like two words that come together, and we usually call them collocations. For example, here we've got the verb wash and the noun face. You say, I wash my face. We do not say, I clean my face. There's no specific reason for it. It's just how we say it. We don't say, okay, I'm going to go and clean myself. We don't say I'm going to go and clean my face in the morning. We do say clean my face if dirt is on your face. But what we do normally, routinely in the morning, is we wake up and we wash our face. Now, look at practice 1. What we want to do here is find the words that go with each other, that are partners, that are collocations. We've got a word in each sentence in bold, like teeth here. And I want you to take a minute and find what word collocates with the word in bold. Take a minute. Ding. Ding, ding. 1. I clean or brush my teeth and wash my face. We brush. Collocation. I do or make many things to get ready for the day. I do. First, I do or I make coffee. Make. Then I get or take a shower. Take. I get dressed, fix or make my hair, and put on my makeup. If you're not sure, you could have looked at the sample here, and you had them here. For example, fix my hair. I get dressed, I fix my hair, and put on my makeup. Here again, we've got another one. Put on makeup. And then we have or take breakfast. We have breakfast. Cool? Keep up. Next part. It says complete the sentences with word partners. Use the verb in the box. Now this time we just want to write the verb down. So, my phone. First, I blah blah my phone for messages. What do we do with our phone for messages? We check. Then I my face with warm water and soap. We just talked about that. We wash. Next, I put on my clothes, and what do we do with our hair? We comb my hair. After that, I make a pot of coffee. And then at 7:30 a.m., I eat breakfast. And my apartment at 8, I leave. That was easy. Cool? Now, final part. Formatting the page. We're going to talk about organization. Organization. So, it's super important in writing to have the correct format on a page. Now, in this day and age, sometimes we write on paper, sometimes we type on a computer. We want to talk about both of them. I would want you to write your paragraphs in the comment sections below, and I promise to take a look and comment on them. So use the opportunity. I would do that if I were you. Let's first look at the format for handwritten work, so something that you write with a pen. On paper, of course. So we usually use line papers. Paper that is 8.5 by 11 inches is a good size, like an A4 piece of paper. Then we need to have a heading. So the heading goes, of course, on the top of the page. And because we're talking about writings in class, and you need to hand in your homework or hand in your writing to your teacher, you will need to write your name, and we usually add the date or whatever else your teacher asks you to write. Then we have the title. The title is different from the heading. The title tells the topic of the paragraph, and it's, of course, not a sentence, just a few words, like, for example, my daily routine. And that also goes on the top line and in the middle. Then it's about the lines. It's usually recommended to not to write on every line. So skip a line and leave a line between two lines so that your teacher can add comments on it, or and it will look nicer, it will look easier. And it's just recommended. It's not a must, but makes your paragraph easy to read. And as I said, also gives the space to the teacher to write comments. And of course, we need margins. Margins are the space you have on the left and the right of the page, and that we don't write from, right from the beginning to the end. And of course, words at the end of the line, sometimes we want to write something and we've got one word left and the word is too big for the little space we have at the end. Do not squeeze the word or, write it vertically or an arrow and write it somewhere else. Just go, please, to the next line. Move the whole word to the beginning of the next line. So, do not do this, do this. Look at this example. It should look like this. So this is the margin. We have two margins. Then you have the heading, which was your name and date. And then you have the title, my Sunday routine. This is what I said about skipping lines. Nice and clear. You've got a nice full stop. You've got capital letters. Everything looks great. Now, look at this paragraph, Rue's paragraph. Take a moment to look at Rue's paragraph and check for problems. You're the teacher. Fix it. Ding. Okay, ding ding. Let's start with, let's do it checklist. So it's on paper, okay. Does it have a heading, name, and date? Well, it does, but it's here. So it should be up here. Okay, here we need heading. And then we've got the title, introducing myself. That's okay, that's good. Then we've got skipping lines. The paragraphing is not good, is it? It's got just lines. It should be one paragraph. So this line should go here. This should go here. This should go here. It should look like a paragraph. So we would say, hello, paragraphing. I usually correct my papers like this. The next one was skipping lines. He hasn't skipped the lines, but we've got the margins and words at the end. Let's see. Let's just read it. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Vulu. I am from Ho Chi Minh City. Oh, I was just there. Oh, I just came back from Ho Chi Minh. It's beautiful. I speak Vietnamese and English. I live with my aunt, my uncle, and my cousins. I am not married. I'm 22 years old. I like good food. I like to cook. In the future, I want to open a Vietnamese restaurant. Grammatically, it's fine. Vocabulary is good. Punctuation is good. The problem is format. Now, let's talk about format on a computer. Again, we need margins on sides of your sheet. Usually the computer does this for us. Then we need the heading, the same thing. You've got name and date. And then you've got the title, the same thing. Again, we put it lower than the heading and centered. And line spacing on a computer with double space. Tick, tick. And we leave space between the lines. So don't do this. Do this. And, about spacing. Leave only one space after each word. So you write your word, then you space, then another word, then you space. And this is super important. Do not leave a space before a period or other end punctuations. So this part here, the space between the full stop and T is wrong. It should be like this. Don't forget to save your work. And again, I insist, write your paragraphs in the comment sections. I promise to take a look. Last but not least, identifying errors in format. Again, give yourself as much time as you need. Take a look at this, see what's wrong with it, and correct it and write it in the comments section. I'm not going to do this here. I will leave it for you to send, and I will pin or highlight the correct one that you sent so all the other people can look at it and learn. Nice talking to you today.